Hello students, I hope you are all doing well. Here is a quick video guide on the Mining Our Memories assignment. I have my Google document open and I have completed the brainstorming. On this part, I just really closed my eyes and tried to visualize the time and list every sight, sound, taste, touch, smell that I encountered. The first one I worked on was a trip to Peru, and these are not complete sentences, they're just details. They're details of my memory. And so that's really one of the best ways to try to brain dump. I did this for 10 minutes and I still had some extra time. I couldn't think about anything else for Peru, so I shifted to a new memory, Iceland, and then my 10 minutes were up. I could have kept going, but I just wanted to show you an example here. Now what I'm going to do is take these details and add them to a narrative, to a story about this trip. And so here is part 2, which is where we draft the memory. This template right here, this kernel essay, provides a really solid way on how to structure a narrative. And so we want to set the scene. Where are you? What are you doing? What happens first? Next? How did it end? What did you learn or realize? And this is really important when we're trying to share our stories, is that there's some kind of lesson or insight that we either gain about ourselves or our families, and it's a lesson that's worth sharing. Okay. And so I drafted my story here, and this is a partial example. Okay. I didn't write an entire 500-word narrative. I just wrote a partial, an example. And so I have, where are you? What are you doing? It's in the middle of the night, and my family and I are driving up a mountain in Peru. The road is narrow and curvy. Rami is driving fast, as usual, and both he and Asia begin to feel nausea setting in as we climb higher and higher and higher. And so I really use this kernel essay structure. What happened first, next. And as you can tell, I have more than 6 sentences. And so you should as well, especially to get 500 words. You just keep telling the story and try to add as many details as possible. And so that's one step. And then the final step right here is really important because this assignment is for the process grade. It's for the draft, it's for the brainstorming, the drafting, and the editing and revision. So if you don't do the revision properly, I can't really give you credit for it. And so it tells you right here, before beginning the revision process, click on the pencil icon, which is here, and change the editing to suggesting. So I'm going to do that. It says you're suggesting. And so every change I make will become visible. There'll be a little comment here in the margin, and the changes will be underlined in green and will have a green font. And so the first thing I want to work on to make my writing stronger is to get rid of these to be verbs. Was, were, am, is, are, be, being, been. These are weak verbs. They tell and not show, and we're trying to show. We're trying to create the scene so our readers can visualize it. It tells us to edit out half of these by using one of these 5 techniques. So these are the different ways that we can edit out to be verbs. We can just substitute with a stronger verb, rewrite the sentence, rearrange the sentence, turn it into a noun, or combine sentences. So I'm going to do that. I Control F, and I wrote my narrative in present tense. So I'm not going to see was, but I am going to see is. So if you look, I search for is, and it brings up like his and dispose, words that aren't is. So we put a space, is, space. I have, in my paragraph, in my narrative, I only have 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm supposed to get rid of half of these, and so I'm going to show you how to do that. It's, instead of saying in the dark, in the middle of the night, I'm going to say on a dark and lonely night, Get rid of this. My family and I, here's the other one, are driving. Oh, see, I didn't look for that. I know it's a to be verb. How many? That's the only other one I have in here. My family and I. This is easy to get rid of. We just get rid of it and change the driving to drive. My family and I drive up a mountain in Peru. The road is narrow and curvy. I'm going to get rid of it here. Narrow. Curvy road. I'm combining sentences. That's the strategy. Rami, and I already said driving. It's not the best verb, so I'm going to put Rami races and get rid of fast. Oops. Okay, so I'm not going to edit my whole paper for you, but this is what it should look like right here. Okay, and that's the revision process. I have another. Okay, good. So I did the first step. I got rid of my to be verbs, and I'm just going to go through this checklist. Look for absolutes, always, never, every, or none. Those absolutes are rarely true. There's very little in life that's always true, and so I may not have any of these because I know not to use them. See, I don't. I don't have them in my narrative. So you would just go through your checklist. Check, I did this. I did this. Look for any word like thing. That's another weak word. Students use it quite a bit. They'll use thing because they can't think of the best word. And so I don't have it in my narrative. Again, it's because I know that these are weak, so I avoid them. The only thing I have is in clothing, and that's okay. And so you revise your entire draft, and then you'll submit it. Now, here's my edited example that's in eCampus. You can see I've gone through and done more editing here. Okay, now here's my draft. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to download it as a Word document. And in eCampus, that's where I'll submit it. But there's another part that we need to know about. Here's the assignment. So here's where I will submit my Word document. I'll upload it. It's there. The other thing that according to the directions in the comments section, we're supposed to submit the Google link. And so I have to come back here, find the document so I can see all the editing that I've completed. And I'm going to share. Anyone with the link is an editor. By doing this, I can see your process. And this is really for you. I'm going to copy the link. And I'm going to go here and just paste it. Submit. So that's turned in. That part of the assignment is submitted. Now the next thing I need to do is submit my discussion board. And so here is my assignment where I've made the edits. Now you can go through and redo all this for your discussion, your edits, or a shortcut is to go to File, make a copy, share it with the same people, copy, comments, and suggestions. So I've made my copy, and I'm going to call it something different. DB1. And really what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to go down here and I'm going to check. I accept all of these changes. My discussion board is beautiful. I like all the changes I've made. I'm clicking yes, yes, accept, accept. And then once I've accepted all the changes here, I will take this, copy it. Oops, I missed one. I would take this, copy it, and then go back to eCampus, scroll down to the discussion board, start a new thread, give it a good title, and paste. Oops. See, my essay's halfway done. It does mess up the spacing when we do that. That's okay. I'm gonna put it in post. Okay. So I've submitted 2 assignments. I have submitted the planning guide with the editing visible so I can get credit for doing revision. And then I submitted my discussion board. Okay, I hope this helps. Take care.